Hello and welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. I am delighted to be joined by Republic of Ireland international and Anderlecht midfielder Josh Cullen. Josh, thanks very much for taking the time out to have a chat with me. How are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to coming on and speaking with you. Yeah, all's good my end.
Yeah, you're obviously over in Belgium at the moment. It must be a bit different. I know we spoke just off air there. It's kind of not the ideal scenario right now to be there, but on the football pitch, it seems to be going quite well so far.
Yeah, still, like you said, off the pitch with similar to pretty much everywhere in the world at the minute, or especially around Europe. Obviously, largely affected by COVID with what you can do away from the pitch. But no, yeah, on the pitch, things have been going fairly well. It's it's been I've been here maybe 4 or 5 months now, so really starting to feel settled with everyone at the club and yeah, everyone in the country, around the club, everyone that I've come into contact with over here has been brilliant and helped me and my missus settle in as well as possible.
Yeah. Well, what I normally do is when I have guests on, is what we do is we go right to the very start and kind of how you started playing football. You know, your earliest memories. I suppose take me back to your earliest memories of football and kind of what made you fall in love with football.
Yeah, I think the probably earliest memory of football was just out in the garden whenever I got a spare minute. Constantly out there practicing with my dad. I remember playing out in the garden for hours with my cousin. Used to be around my house all the time, and we'd be playing all afternoon. Get called in for dinner, eat our dinner as fast as we could, and then be back out to play more football. And yeah, I just think from that early age, not getting enough of. Yeah, like I said, you couldn't get enough of it, and that was probably the first time when I realised that I loved the game and just loved every minute of it.
Did you have like I think back to maybe the '98 World Cup would have been my kind of first real memory of kind of watching it on the TV and seeing someone scoring like Zidane scoring the goals in the final. Did you have a moment like that like it made you go right? I want to get out and I want to be playing now because of that.
Yeah, it's probably not so much on the television, but I remember a live moment. I had a season ticket at West Ham when I was younger, maybe about 6 years old. I was at the time, and I remember Arsenal and Thierry Henry. He scored this amazing goal, like ball coming to him with his back to goal, and he sort of flicked it around the defender and half volleyed it like straight into the top corner. And that was probably my earliest moment of just like you said, thinking, wow, like what a game this is and what a player he is. And that's probably like you said, the earliest moment of something that really sticks in my head from that one moment. And yeah, that was just a breathtaking goal.
Yeah, you mentioned there being a West Ham fan. So did you have an idol growing up? Maybe I don't know. Paolo Di Canio is just one who kind of springs to mind. Who maybe you grew up watching.
Yeah, like you said, Paolo Di Canio. I mean, the likes of Joe Cole, Michael Carrick, people like that. But probably one that I really look back on is probably a little bit later than that was like Scott Parker.
Yeah, it's class.
I used to go to a lot of, or pretty much every game, and after I was a season ticket holder, used to love ball boying at the games, and at that time, yeah, Scott Parker was like really like playing unbelievable for West Ham, and yeah, just someone I tried to just watch and learn off and try and model my game on. Yeah, at that time, like I said, he was a fan's favourite, so he was one of the idols um, that yeah, like I said, I used to go to every game or every home game, so I used to love watching him, and he's someone that yeah I looked up to from those years.
Yeah, what player he actually went on to be? Because didn't he win Player of the Season then as well in one of those years? It might have been the year West Ham got relegated, so I don't want to bring up any bad memories if that is the
Yeah,
case.
yeah. No, I think he maybe I'm not 100% sure how long he was at West Ham, but um I wouldn't wouldn't bet against it. He won it maybe 2 or 3 times back to back. He was just stands out. He was just like so consistent as a player, and obviously as well playing against Mark Noble or playing alongside Mark Noble, sorry, is another one that was a strange one because in the end I ended up sort of becoming quite good friends with him. But he was someone again who was coming through into the West Ham first team, and through those years when I was supporting the team and ball boy, and as well he come from the academy. So another person that I looked up to as well.
Yeah, was see in your football career, kind of as that was kind of coming through. Were you always at West Ham, or what way did you kind of start your first club, kind of coming through then, or how did that happen?
Yeah, I was always at West Ham. I trialled at a few clubs. Ipswich, Charlton come to mind. I went and trained there and trialled a little bit. But just once I went to West Ham, obviously it was sort of like a dream come true even to get a trial there in the first place, obviously being a massive fan of the club. And as soon as West Ham expressed that they wanted to sign me, I knew that was where I was going. And lucky to have a great time there and spend a large part of my life at the club.
Yeah, so talk me through kind of coming through the ranks there, and I suppose signing with the club, maybe signing your professional contract, and kind of the journey that took you to that point, and how it was. Did you have any setbacks along the way?
I suppose that's I had the setbacks which every footballer has, is injuries. I remember, around, well, I think I was 18 at the time, and I broke my leg. And those times test you along the way. But yeah, it's just, I think when you look back now, any setbacks you do have along the way, which I can't say I had any drastic, unbelievable setbacks that affected me. But I think just little setbacks that you just learn to deal with, and in the long run, it makes you stronger. So yeah, just injuries and things like that were probably the setbacks I had. But like I said, in the long run, you don't realise at the time, but now I can look back and see that they made me stronger mentally and prepared me for other injuries that I've picked up since in my career.
Yeah, just kind of because I was researching your debut and stuff. You made your debut for West Ham in the Europa League, and then you made a Premier League debut coming on at Anfield in the 3-0 win. So I suppose that was an absolutely unbelievable. Well, both moments were absolutely unbelievable for you as a West Ham fan, growing up the whole way through the system and stuff like that, and then to go on and make your debut in those competitions.
Yeah, two really special occasions, like you said. First debut in the Europa League qualifier, was in front of a packed Upton Park, unbelievable atmosphere. And like I said before, where I'd been there watching so many games, I ball boyed there, and all along dreamt of getting on the pitch and playing for West Ham. So when that moment came, that was really special. And then if you're looking for your Premier League debut, and if it couldn't be at Upton Park or the Olympic Stadium, and you think of another stadium where you might like it to be, Anfield would have definitely been right up at the top of the list somewhere. So yeah, to come on there in a 3-0 win, I think it was West Ham's first win there in something like 52 years. So to come on and experience that was another incredible moment and day that I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think of Anfield now, fans and stuff like that. I mean, it'd be very, very difficult to get a win there nowadays, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, within the last couple of years, I think obviously their form probably of late hasn't been where they would want it at Anfield. But I think before that it was, I don't know, something silly like 60 games unbeaten at Anfield. So it's like I said, it's one thing making your Premier League debut at Anfield, but another thing to say it was in a 3-0 win as well. So yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things that no one can ever take away from you, so you'll cherish that. But just kind of over your West Ham career, you spent a lot of it on loan out at other clubs. I have here, Bradford from 2016 to 17. Was that just purely to go out and get first team football, you know, because you'd made your debut this previous season, was it just to go get first team football and then try to kick on from there? Was that the aim at the time?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was, you come to, probably a lot of young players experience it, you come to a point where, like you said, you've had that little taste of training with the first team and, like you said, getting your debut, and you've probably gone past that stage of what you can learn within under 23 football in an academy environment, and it's time to step out into the professional game, into the men's game, and try and keep developing yourself, and also prove to people that you can go and play in the professional game and in the men's game, like I said. So yeah, when Bradford came up and said they wanted to take me on loan, yeah, it was a decision that was, yeah, pretty straightforward, that I knew I had to go to develop my career, and yeah, it was a great club to go to, and yeah, I've really, really fond memories of my time there.
Who was the manager who brought you there at the time? Can you remember?
Phil Parkinson was the manager who brought me there. So yeah, again, and there's a lot of people along the way that you owe thank yous to, and he's definitely one of them, because he was the first person that showed that faith and trust in me to believe that I could come in and step in and play for his team in League One.
Yeah, I tend to see that a lot more nowadays, that a lot of players are kind of going out to lower league clubs. Like, I even think of kind of Dara O'Shea, obviously in the Ireland team, and recently got called up and stuff like that. He had to go out from West Brom lower leagues and kind of work his way up to try and get in the first team. It's obviously paid off for him now, and obviously yourself. You then went on to Bolton the following season. Only 12 games there. Was that through injury, or were you just not really getting in much?
No, yeah, probably when you look back at setbacks, it was probably the first time in my career that I had a maybe sustained period of not performing as well as I wanted to, and playing in a team that was struggling in the league as well. And then obviously found myself out of the team, and again, like, yeah, setback and having to learn, being away from my family, friends and family, being away on my own and in an apartment, and not having that release of being able to play football when you're playing and training and everything's going well. Your focus is totally on football, and you sort of, everything else is good because the football's good. But at that time, it wasn't going to plan as I hoped it would. But again, now I look back at that, thankful for the experience, even though I might not have been at the time, that it was a great learning curve for me moving forward.
I think it's one of those things. I was speaking to Aaron McAneff yesterday. These types of things, they make you mentally stronger, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I said, it was. I'd had a pretty sort of, apart from the injuries I spoke about, I had a pretty smooth road up until that point. I'd progressed through the academy at West Ham and always been fortunate enough to be in the team, starting games, playing well, moved up through the ranks into the youth team, under 23s, went to Bradford, straight in the team, playing well, and then went to Bolton, was in the team, and then was out the team. And at the time, yes, it's tough to deal with. But like you said, it definitely does make you mentally stronger and makes you more resilient for times like that when that you might face further on in your career, or prepares you how to stop from getting to that point, and maybe learning to learn things about yourself which can change. You might be able to, I've had a couple of bad games here, but I'm not going to let it develop any further, and this is what I need to do, and this is how to do it. So yeah, like you said, it's all a learning curve, and it definitely makes you mentally stronger.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just on, going to Charlton then, was it Lee Bowyer in charge originally when you went there?
Yeah.
He obviously had a great career. Was he an influence into why you went there at the time, or what was it that he said that convinced you to go there?
Yeah, no, he was a big influence why I went there, to be honest. had a chat with him before, and he expressed to me that he wanted me to come to the club, which is always nice to hear that the manager wants you. Like you touched on there, his career as a player, obviously being a midfielder, and I felt that I could go and learn things off him, which I definitely did. And at the same time, Charlton's a massive football club, a historic football club as well, and it was just sometimes you go with your gut, and it felt right at the time. I needed to get playing again, get playing regularly, and I suppose all the pieces of the jigsaw fit together, and that's why I ended up going there.
Yeah, just on the first season that you were there, you obviously got promotion. Seemed to be a real fans' favourite there, and it was around that time you were kind of getting called up into the international squad then under Mick.
Yeah, it was. So I went there, was playing regularly, playing in a really good team with a lot of players, very good players that are still at the club now, and a lot of players that have moved on and are playing at a high level as well. We had a good team, and obviously, thoroughly, I think, deserved the promotion in the end from the team we had and the work we put in that season. And obviously, it helps when you've got a good team around you to flourish personally. And I remember it. It was I think a couple of. Yes, I think it was the Friday before the weekend where the national team was due to meet up. And I was just going into the boot room to get my boots before I was going out to training. Lebo, I bumped into him. He came in to get his boots at the same time and said, do you know, like, you've been called up? And I didn't know anything at the time. I hadn't checked my phone. I'd just been in the train. And he said, oh, yeah, I've just got off the phone to Mick McCarthy. And, yeah, you've been called up. And I said, oh, what, this break or the next break? Because it was literally, I think we were going, we were going to Bristol Rovers that day. And then I was away to meet out of Ireland on the Sunday. So, yeah, it was a whirlwind the way it happened. But, I was pleased to obviously get the recognition from Mick and to get my first call up for the national team was an unbelievable moment. Just hearing that news, and from that moment I couldn't wait to get over and meet up with the squad.
And what was it like then, meeting up with the squad? Because I imagine you would have had probably a couple of teammates or whatever. I imagine Darren Randolph would have been in the squad. You would have known him from West Ham days and stuff like that. Was it easy to settle? Because when I look at the Ireland squad and I look at kind of the bubble of the squad, it seems like a very kind of welcoming place. Everyone seems to get on very well. There seems to be a good kind of collective togetherness about the team.
Yeah, definitely. From the, I knew a few people, like you said. I knew obviously Darren Randolph.
Shout out to Darren, by the way, for getting in touch with you for this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, big shout out to Dash. I obviously knew him. I knew Shawnee Maguire from the 21s. I'm sure I'm missing people that I already knew from before. But yeah, so stepping into the squad and into the camp, and everyone was unbelievable, from all the staff, the management, to all the players. People like Seamus Coleman, Whelan, people like that who obviously you look up to as playing for your country, and real Irish legends, I suppose. But you meet them and they're just normal guys, and are so welcoming and make you feel settled straight away. So yeah, it was great to, like I said, get in, and I just couldn't wait to get going, to be fair. So it was great to get in there, meet everyone, and as soon as I got in there, I felt at home.
Yeah, what was it like for you during the campaign? Because there were some real good moments there. Like I think of the equaliser from Didzy against Switzerland, for example, just one off the top of my head, and the one Alan Judge setting up the goal then for Shane Duffy away to Denmark and stuff like that. So it was some real good moments, and obviously we will come to your debut then against Bulgaria as well. But what was it like being around the squad for those moments? Albeit you weren't playing, but it must have been great to kind of be there anyway.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, a great experience, like you said, just to be there and be around the lads for those moments. Like you said, it's a really tight knit group, and everyone gets on well together. It's like a family really when we meet up. Everyone looks forward to it, and we look forward to working together. So yeah, to see the lads and share moments like that with them was fantastic. Like I said, yeah, probably being realistic, well, not realistic with myself, but I didn't expect really to be playing in League One and get the recognition to be called up for the senior squad. So just to be there and like I said, be around the type of players that were in the squad and share moments with them, it was fantastic. And yeah, those moments just make you more hungry as a player to want to be a part of them on the pitch and keep working hard to be alongside the lads on the pitch and create more of them moments for your country.
We're just going to take a short break just to quickly speak about Manscaped. Manscaped is here to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience, offering precision engineered tools for your family jewels. The Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer is the best hygiene tool for the modern man. Because of their ceramic blade and advanced skin-safe technology, your snags on your snowballs will be reduced. The trimmer is also waterproof, so you can trim in the shower or jacuzzi if you're a savage. Manscaped's Performance Package is the best buy of 2021. The Performance Package comes with the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0 Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, performance boxer briefs and a travel bag. Have you ever noticed how nasty nose and ear hair is? In fact, 79% of partners polled admitted that long nose hair is a major turn-off. Might as well use the best tools to do the job. This bundle also comes with the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner. The Crop Preserver is anti-chafing ball deodorant that will make your balls smell nice and make you feel like your testes are walking in a winter wonderland. The Crop Reviver is a spray-on toner for your balls. It's made with soothing aloe and witch hazel extracts that will make your balls look up at you and say thanks. Don't get cold feet this winter. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code IFFTV at manscaped.com. They also have a ton of other amazing men's hygiene products on their website, from disposable mats to foot deodorant. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code IFFTV. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Link in description. Check it out. You spoke there about Whelan, and I think very underrated player in terms of what he did and kind of his discipline and stuff like that. Would he ever come to you and speak to you, during training sessions, or kind of improve you in that way? I think his knowledge will go a long way, and I don't think he gets a lot of recognition from fans, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Willow's a top player, and I can't remember off the top of my head whether he did say anything to me in training sessions, but if he did, I'd be definitely taking it on board because of the career he's had and how many caps he's got for Ireland. You don't achieve that if you're not a very good player. So yeah, like you said, for me, I agree with you. Really underrated as a player, and it was great to work alongside someone like that, and not even just wait for him to come and say something to me. I was watching him, trying to learn off him in training sessions, in matches, because, like you said, he's been a great servant for the country, and he's had a fantastic club career as well. So it would be silly of me not to try and learn off someone like that.
Yeah, just you see the way you say that you're kind of studying him and stuff like that. I was over at a game in Charlton. It would have been last year, before the lockdown. I was doing an interview with Michael Obafemi. I don't know if you would remember. It was like an under-23 game, and yourself and Aidan McGeady and a few other players were there, and you all seem to be doing like your coaching badges already. Is that something that you've actively kind of gone after?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that interests me. For obviously after my playing career, and I just thought, why the opportunity was there to get cracking with it, why not, I suppose. And yeah, it was just, it's obviously something that's been made harder with COVID and everything at the moment, because it makes it harder to get on the pitch with players and teams to do your hours of coaching, because obviously the social distancing and all the rules that go along with COVID. But yeah, it's something that definitely interests me, like I said, for after my playing career. So and it's something, the opportunity came up, so I thought, why not? And I'm looking forward to doing more of my coaching badges and learning more about the game.
Yeah, no, I just, that came back to me there when I was kind of thinking of the way you said you were studying. I just remember being in the stands, and it was quite random why I was there. And then I just noticed yourself and Aidan and you know, a few more of your teammates were all there, and you just kind of seemed to be doing studying the game. You might have had
Yeah,
notepads or something like that. But I just thought it was really interesting, considering that you are all still playing and still doing it. I thought it was actually really good, to be honest.
yeah, nice. I think it also helps as well. Helps you as a player, because you do. Sometimes you get caught up in playing games, training, traveling home from training, traveling to games. You get home, you're with your family, with your friends, and it gives you that time to also think about the game, away from the pitch, away from training, in a classroom, discuss the game and other people's ideas with, like you said, players like Geeds, who have had great careers as well, to be sitting alongside him in coaching sessions and see what he thinks, or when we're watching clips and the tutor's saying, "Oh, what would you have done here?" or how, it's just stuff like that, and to learn off someone like that as well is priceless. So yeah, it's just something that I'm interested in, and like I said, the opportunity came up, and I'm enjoying it, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was cool. Sorry, I kind of went a bit off track
No,
with
that's
that. I
fine.
didn't
That's
mean to, but
fine.
I
No
just thought it was
worries.
pretty cool. Just on your debut then, because I actually caught up with you after the game, and you just seemed to be buzzing, you know. But what was that like as a moment for your family and stuff like that? Because I think when I was talking to you, you hadn't even got a chance to meet your family or anything like that. But so, firstly the game, and then how it was like afterwards, you know, with your family and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was, yeah, unbelievable. Just from when you get told you're playing, obviously the build up, you're just buzzing to get out there. Obviously the nerves are there, the excitement's there as well, and you're just raring to go. And then you're obviously travelling to the game, and all them sort of emotions start bubbling up. And then when you're out there and for the first time you're standing there, and the national anthem's being played, I think any player will probably, you'll struggle to find a player that disagrees that that moment's one of the proudest moments of your career, certainly mine. And yeah, and then the game starts, and thankfully we got the win. And then yeah, to be able to go up, and it seems weird saying that you could go and see your family up in the lounge after, and share that special moment with everyone. Obviously, we've had the no fans rules and everything at the minute, but yeah, it was just something you try to soak up. It's like like we know, it's a one-off occasion. It will never happen again, and I just tried to take as much of it in as I could. Yeah, one of the proudest moments of my life, and yeah, to be able to have my family there and share it with them was, yeah, it was just an unbelievable feeling. Yeah, I could probably sit here all night and struggle to describe it in words. To be honest with you, it was just, yeah, like I said, unbelievable.
I think the majority of the lads that made their debut that night kind of felt similar. I think Mark Travers, Kieran O'Hara might have played a half as well, and then you had Jack and James Collins and stuff like that as well. So a lot
Yeah,
of you made their debut that night, which was great to see. I suppose in terms of a result and a night, it couldn't have probably went any better as well. A 3-0 win, clean sheet, man, the match for yourself. So as far as all you needed was a goal, and it would have been the perfect debut.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it was, yeah, incredible. Yeah, like I said, to seal it with man the match was really nice, and be on the pitch and share it with people like Jack and Kieran that I played with in the under 21s, and yeah, it was just a great night, and one I'll never forget.
Yeah, but just kind of, there's been obviously a shift. there was a shift before management before the Slovakia game and stuff like that. Stephen came in for Mick and stuff. All that COVID's kind of just messed up everything really in the world anyway. But how have you found the kind of difference in Stephen in his coaching and stuff like that? I personally, I really believe that we've been very, very unlucky in terms of COVID injuries and so on. That's just it hasn't really reflected the results. I feel like some of the results have kind of been a bit unfair since he's taken over.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I think everyone's enjoying it under the new management, and I think that reflects in the performances, like you said. You'll probably struggle to find a more unlucky squad and team to have as many players ruled out as we have in the last few camps. But yeah, the performances, I think, on a whole, have been good, and I think they're only going to get better. It's always tough, I think, for international managers to implement their styles and their new ideas with a team, because they don't get that much time to work with the players on the training field, where there's so many games in a short amount of time. So yeah, I think the only thing that's been missing at the minute is the results. We know we have to pick up results. There's no one denying that. We can't keep playing well and not get the wins we want. But I think it's like you said. We haven't quite got what we've deserved as of yet. But we'll keep improving as a team, I'm sure, and everyone's really positive and looking forward to the new campaign starting in March, and I'm sure there'll be positive results coming our way.
Yeah, what are your kind of international ambitions for the future? Because I believe there is a position there, the number 6, I suppose, that is there for the taking. Is your ambition now to try and get in there, be a regular starter going forward for many years now?
Yeah, 100%. I think you ask any player, they want to be playing games, they want to play for their country. Of course, I want to be playing, but whatever role I'm asked to play within the squad, I'll do it to the best of my ability. I'll support the lads that are playing if I'm not playing, but of course I want to play, and if and when I get that opportunity, I'll be doing my utmost to really mark my stamp on it, I suppose, and try and become a regular for years to come. Like you said, that's everyone's ambition as a player, and hopefully moving forward, I can keep progressing, keep improving as a player, and become a regular in the team for my country. Like I said, that's been the dream all along since I was young, and what I've always dreamt of, and what I'll keep striving for.
Yeah, I can see by the smile on your face kind of how much it means to you playing. But would you, like, I know I said number 6 there, would you say that's your best position, as sitting in front of the back 4, or are you more a regular box-to-box midfielder? Or I imagine you can do both if needs be.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can do both. I think it's always good as a player to not pigeonhole yourself to one. Oh, I'm just a number 6, or I'm just a number 8. But I feel like I can do both jobs well. If someone wants me to sit in there and break up play and get on the ball from the back and get the team ticking, then I feel like I can do that. And if someone wants someone that can also drive the team forward and start moving the team towards the final third and play the final passes as well, I believe I can do that as well. So yeah, I believe I can do both roles. And like I said, if I was ever asked to do any role, even if I was asked to play in goal for Ireland by the gaffer, then I would do that, because any moment you get to step on the pitch and play for your country is a huge honour.
Yeah, I just think that's brilliant to hear. But I want to just go back to your final year at Charlton last year. Now, obviously, towards the end, it didn't go ideal. There was all the stuff with Wigan and stuff like that, and there was all that kind of thing going on. But I felt as though Charlton were going well. You got injured for a number of weeks, and it kind of might have been months. You were out injured, and results kind of didn't go your way. But kind of coming off the back of the promotion, were you just thinking, I need to I have a good team there with Charlton. They're in the championship now. Here's a chance for me to maybe go on, kick on a little bit. You probably weren't going to get first team football at West Ham. You wanted to get out and just play, was it?
Yeah, it was probably I played in League One, and like we touched on earlier, the previous time I'd played in the Championship was for Bolton, and it didn't go as well as I'd have liked it to, personally and with the team. So yeah, it was just about going to the Championship and proving that I can play in the Championship and that I can perform well at that level. And yeah, having enjoyed a successful season before, having played well and felt comfortable playing under a manager I knew, was massive. And I wanted to go back and play regularly, and I felt that was the best place for me to go and play a full season in the Championship. Like you touched on there, obviously it was unfortunate. I got injured, I think around the end of October, November time, and over the Christmas period I was missing, which was a shame because I was loving my football, and like we said earlier about setbacks, that was another massive setback because you miss a lot of games, especially it being the busiest period in the English league over the Christmas period. So yeah, it was obviously season didn't end how we wanted it to, and how probably the club with everything behind the scenes it had to deal with as well probably didn't deserve it. But I know the club's still in good hands now, and I'm sure they'll be back somewhere close to where they belong very soon.
Yeah, I don't know why, I've always kind of had a soft spot for Charlton. Maybe it's because they've had Irish players over the years, like Andy Reid and Mark Kinsella and a few others like that. I've always kind of wanted to see them do well, so I do hope they get promoted again and kind of kick on again. But go back to West Ham then, kind of in the summer there, what was your kind of thinking then? Because you've since moved to Anderlecht, so what was the kind of thinking coming into the start of this season? Did you think, I want to get out and play somewhere, or did you feel like at this point you didn't know where your career was going with West Ham?
Yeah, obviously after last season, I had every intention of trying to go back to West Ham and and do as well as I could in pre-season and try and break into the team and be a regular feature in the squad and be in and around the first team at West Ham. But I wanted to be playing games as well. I didn't just want to be in and around the squad and not playing. I wanted to be a big part of the squad, and as the sort of summer progressed, I was in my last year at West Ham as well, of my contract, and then the sort of the interest from Anderlecht heated up, and it got to the point where obviously I learned that they were putting a bid in, and it was hard to say no to be honest. Like we said before we came on off air, how big a club Anderlecht is. It's renowned worldwide for producing players and being such a successful club in the past. And after speaking to the manager and the sporting director at the club, knowing the ambition for the future as well, it really felt like a really exciting opportunity and project that I was really excited by. So yeah, it just, I suppose, like in life and like in your career, things just fell into place. And of course, at the same time, I knew that I needed to really be playing regularly to give myself the best chance of establishing myself back in the Ireland squad. So yeah, all these things go into making a decision. But yeah, it felt like the right decision, and thankfully, at the minute, things are going well, and I'm really enjoying my time here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to cracking on and being here for the future, and trying to have a successful period personally, but most importantly with the team here as well.
Yeah, well, I personally, thought it was a kind of brave move because obviously you've gone on they're speaking about how much you've loved West Ham. It's all you've ever known, and to leave the club that you obviously love to further your career, it's a big decision for you. And I really admire the fact that you've done it, and the fact that you've done it to prolong your international career as well. But you know, someone like Vincent Kompany, who is a Premier League legend. I mean, you have to put him in down as one of the Premier League greats for what he's done, the way he's changed things at Man City in terms of mentality and stuff like that. But what's he been like, and what was it maybe he said to you that convinced you? I suppose even the kind of the fact that he wanted you was huge for you initially, anyway.
Yeah, like you said, probably when the name Vincent Kompany, and when he doesn't really need to say a lot, to be honest, to make you feel like I really want to go and come and work under you and play for you. But yeah, when I spoke to him, he just made it clear that he wanted me, see me as a part of what they're trying to create here at Anderlecht. And yeah, like I said, not a lot really needed to be said. It was just a case of, I want you to come, and that was enough for me. I knew, like you've touched on there, the career he had, a Premier League legend, the managers he's worked under, the career he had as a player, how good of a player he was. All them things just add up, and I just felt that it was definitely the best place to come and carry on developing as a player and become a better player, because I come to a massive football club and push on in my career. And yeah, so far it's been brilliant working under him. I'm learning things every day on the training pitch. I feel like I'm becoming a better player, and like I said, learning and developing. So yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic to work under him for the last 4 or 5 months, and I'm looking forward to continuing it for the rest of the season and beyond.
I think it's really good, that fact that, you know, he's played in England for so long, so he kind of knows what it's like, and he probably is, you know, able to give you a bit more detail in terms of what he wants from it, and the fact that he can speak obviously very good English, very intelligent man. And obviously I've watched the Man City documentary, how they speak about him there. They make him out to be a genius, like, you know. But he's made you captain and everything already. Like, you've captained the team already. How has it been? Like, it just seems like everything's gone really well for you right now, and you're really enjoying your football.
Yeah, really enjoying it. Like you said, yeah, things are going well. Obviously, I'm someone that believes never to get too high with the highs and never to get too low with the lows. But so far, so good. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I've settled in well. Like I said, everyone around the club's been brilliant, helping me settle in. I feel like I'm learning on the pitch, developing as a player and becoming a better player, enjoying my football, playing regularly, and that's all you can ask for as a player, I suppose. And yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying it and looking forward to what the future holds.
Yeah, you've obviously got the qualifiers coming up next month, and just for the rest of the season, what are your ambitions for the season, if you have any?
Yeah, so the ambitions for the rest of the season are, of course, to carry on playing regularly. Yeah, of course, I'm determined to be in the squad come the end of March and be involved in the qualifiers. And yeah, we've still got a chance of being successful here at Anderlecht. Obviously, we'll be looking to try and qualify back for European football this season, and try and finish as high up as we can in the league. It's obviously where the Club Brugge are doing very well at the minute, but anything can happen in football. So we'll keep working really hard to try and finish as high as we can in the league, and like I said, be fighting for them for the European places. And we're still in the quarterfinals of the cup as well. So playing for silverware and winning competitions and cups is what every player wants to do. So we've really got a good chance of having a successful season. And yeah, I just want to personally play a big part in that, to keep doing my role for the team as best as I can, and keep playing regularly and enjoying my football.
Absolutely. Well, Josh, I won't keep you any longer. Firstly, I hope you're in the squad next month. Secondly, I hope you go on to win some sort of silverware and finish as high up in the league as possible. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope that I get you on again in the future, maybe at the end of the season. But for now, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.